90 Day. Stacey calls out Georgie for making jabs at sister Darcey's expense after she gets too drunk at anniversary party. I just feel like a lot of times I don't think it's fair the way Georgie treats my sister, Darcey Silva said in a confessional. Darcey Silva and Florian Sukic have joined Darcey Silva and Georgie Rusev for an epic anniversary party in Bulgaria, but Georgie has grown increasingly frustrated with his wife's antics. On the September 21st episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, the two couples reunited for the first time in weeks at a Bulgarian dance studio, where they prepared a special dance for Darcey and Georgie's upcoming wedding anniversary party. Darcey was excited to have her twin sister join her in Bulgaria for the big day, explaining to cameras, "My sister's never missed a big moment in my life." But Stacey was more concerned about her twins' relationship. "I want to show Darcey my love and support because I just feel like a lot of times I don't think it's fair the way Georgie treats my sister," she said in a confessional. Stacey wasted no time holding Georgie's feet to the fire after greetings were said and done. First, she pressed him about if he was enjoying their vacation, which he claimed to be enjoying. "Everything's good. Because I kind of heard there's been some ups and downs," Stacey asked, to which Georgie said, "Well, we know wherever your sister is, there's some drama." That answer did not sit well with Stacey, as she admitted that Darcey may not always be easy to live with, but she still felt worried for her sister. Georgie, however, was more concerned about what Stacey might do at the wedding. "Hopefully Stacey is on her best behavior," he said in a confessional, as Darcey insisted there would be no twin drama between her and her sister the next day. It was time to party. Darcey even had Stacey bring all of their wedding attire, including Georgie's tuxedo and her busty wedding dress, to Bulgaria. However, Georgie was not thrilled with Darcey's outfit choice once again. "It doesn't make me feel very comfortable," he said in a confessional. "She had all this time to figure out what to wear. What is she expecting?" Ultimately, Georgie opted to give up this argument instead. So the two couples then ventured to the venue, which left Darcey impressed. "Wow, your mom and dad went all out," she exclaimed as their car pulled up to the curb, entering the party. Darcey was most concerned about having to meet the rest of Georgie's family. "That's a lot of pressure for me," she explained in a confessional, "because to feel accepted into their family is the most beautiful feeling, and I just want to make sure that everybody loves me." So after taking part in several more Bulgarian traditions, it was game time for Darcey. First, she exchanged some hugs with Georgie's parents, who were thrilled with the turnout. Darcey then made her way around the room with a wine glass in hand, and met each and every person who attended the gathering. Meanwhile, Georgie was very affectionate toward his wife all evening long, something both Stacey and Florian were not used to seeing. "It's nice to see Darcey and Georgie let loose and have fun," Stacey said. "I feel like this is how they should be all the time," added Florian. "This was the first time I've seen Georgie giving attention to her and having fun with her," he explained, noting that both Darcey and Georgie were acting like it was the first day they met. But the longer the night went, the drunker Darcey got. Georgie admitted that Bulgarian parties usually have a lot of drinks, but suggested that Darcey enjoyed his family's wine a little bit too much. Even Stacey and Florian noticed that Darcey was getting tipsy. But Darcey did not seem to care, stating, "Hey, I'd rather be me," while slurring her words. Eventually, the party came to an end. Stacey helped carry the train of Darcey's dress as her sister stumbled across the room, gave Georgie's parents a hug goodbye and headed out the door. "I feel blessed that everybody could gather," Darcey said in a confessional. "It's a memory to cherish for a lifetime," added Georgie. "I love these moments when you get together with the family. They're very meaningful and recharging. That's what I was missing for the last 13 years. But things quickly spiraled once the two couples hopped in their car to go home. Darcey began feeling unwell, and soon found herself vomiting out the car door. "I've never seen you throw up like this before," Stacey said while holding her sister's hair. Meanwhile, Georgie cracked some jokes at his wife's expense. Both Darcey and Stacey asked Georgie to stop, but he simply laughed off the request. In a confessional, Stacey expressed her displeasure with Georgie's response, suggesting he should have been more focused on caring for his wife. He should be there supporting her, loving her, not making jabs, she explained. She then turned to Florian and said, "You would never let me do that. I mean, you would at least hold my hair." Still, Georgie continued to joke around, even as they pulled away from the venue. "Somebody want to poison the queen. Where's the rat?" he quipped, to which Darcey replied, "You're the rat. You tried to poison me." Darcey continued heaving in the car, which left Georgie grossed out. "Ew," he whined as his wife gagged before she mustered enough energy to tell him, "Shut the up." Jasmine has dropped 2 major bombshells on Gino, and she has confirmed their marriage is officially over on the September 14th episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Happily ever after. Gino visited Jasmine at Matt's house after receiving an email from his estranged wife asking him to have a conversation about something urgent. In a confessional, Gino admitted that he was lonely following his breakup with Natalie and seemed open to reconsidering reconciling with Jasmine, but admitted that there would have to be a hell of a lot of changes to save the marriage. Upon arriving at Matt's house, however, Gino quickly learned that Jasmine was not open to patching things up. In fact, she had big news for him. "I'm moving to Florida," Jasmine told her estranged husband, adding that Matt is coming with me. But there was more. "Matt and we are going to have a baby," Jasmine said through tears. Gino was left stunned. "Good for you," he finally replied after a long silence, adding that he was not shocked by the announcement. Jasmine insisted that she and Matt didn't plan to get pregnant. "It just happened," she explained as a hurt Gino soaked in the news. "Know that this marks the end for us," Jasmine continued, referencing their broken marriage. But Gino claimed he already knew that. Before Jasmine dropped the bombshells, Gino seemed hopeful that Jasmine had turned a new leaf in their relationship. He took notice of the various boxes sitting in Matt's living room, and hoped that meant Jasmine was moving out, and away from her lover. "I wonder if Jasmine is moving out of Matt's place and finally getting her own place," he said in a confessional. Gino had taken issue with Jasmine's lengthy stay at Matt's home in the past. "That would show me that she actually still cares about me and she's actually taking action." Of course, Jasmine had other plans. Prior to her announcement, she checked in with Gino to see how he was feeling after the big blow-up at his cousin Dana's birthday party, where Jasmine got in a physical altercation with Gino's new lover, Natalie. But Gino was still resentful of how Jasmine acted at the event, and told her that he and Natalie broke up after the incident. However, Jasmine pushed back and suggested Natalie may have left him over the web of lies she discovered that same evening. "It is not you telling her that you plan to divorce me when you have never told me that, and you were even trying to meet with me to fix things?" Jasmine asked. "It was not you not telling her about the open marriage and that there was still hope between you and me. So you were 100% honest with her." Gino asserted that he was absolutely honest with Natalie, who in fact left Gino after realizing he had lied to her about the status of his marriage, but Jasmine was not buying it. "I don't feel bad for you. I actually feel bad for her," Jasmine replied, suggesting that Gino's actions proved that he was the common denominator as she accused him of lying. But Gino was offended by the accusation, and told Jasmine that he did not enjoy life with her. And Jasmine agreed, telling her estranged husband, "War is over." That's when Jasmine made her shocking announcements, tearing up as she did so. "Matt and I are family now," Jasmine stated, leaving Gino silent once again. After gathering himself, Gino said, "I really don't care." After some more silence, Gino asked Jasmine if there was anything else important he should know. Jasmine said no. "Well, I hope you have a good life," Gino said, to which Jasmine replied, "I will." Gino then hoisted himself off of the couch and left as Jasmine watched from the other side of the living room. As he closed the door, Jasmine put her face in her hands and sighed. Jasmine raced to the window to watch Gino get in his car and drive away. Despite all she had gone through with her estranged husband, Jasmine was still worried about him. "I know that he is hurt," she sobbed. "It concerns me even more when he has this kind of reactions because I know that he's going to have a meltdown when he's by himself. I don't know what he's going to do." Jasmine acknowledged that she wanted to have a child with Gino before their marriage fell apart, and that Gino was interested in having a family with her as well. Still, Jasmine insisted that she still loved Gino and felt bad for causing him pain. "It hurts me to hurt people that I love," she explained, "and I feel so guilty because I feel like he hates me. But I could never hate him." During his drive home from Matt's house, Gino continued to process the shocking news. He said to himself, "I can't believe what she just told me. What a idiot." In a confessional, Gino broke down in tears over the thought of his marriage ending. "I thought she loved me," he said. "She didn't love me." Then, Gino accused Jasmine of having faked her love for him, and pitted himself for falling for the plan he believed she concocted. "I thought that she wanted to have a child with me," Gino explained. "She's such a liar. She's such a liar. How could I fall for that?"